Here we got the bag with the DVDs for season number 16, which is known as The Key to Time. It consisted of 26 episodes spanning 6 serials, and the last one was a 6-parter. And it ran from the 2nd of September in 1978 up until the 24th of February in 1979. And it featured the introduction of Romana, a Time Lord, and also K9 Mark II. So the second version of this one, the reason for this is because they decided to use a new K9 robot for K9, because the old one had made a lot of loud noises when it rolled around. So yeah, he agrees with me. So yeah, let's just make sure I said right that the last is a 6-parter. Yes, then we can start. Yeah, you can be quiet now, K9. I'm talking to a toy. This is... oh, okay, story number 98. Start with that one. But first, we'll show you the DVDs for this season, because they're all found in this magnificent box. The Key to Time box set, which contains the entire season 16. Which is pretty nice, because, well, this is the first time that we have an entire Doctor Who season of the classic serial. Well, actually, one of 2 times in total. So, yeah, there we have it, the Key to Time box set. And this one contains all the stories for this season. So, I'll just pick them out one by one. By first putting Key to Time at the end here behind the TARDIS, like that. Can you see that one? I hope so. Yeah. So now you'll just stay there, Boxer, and I'll talk about the first one, the Ribos operation. So this season is about the Key to Time, which are 6 segments forming a perfect cube. And they have this sort of locating thing to, well, eventually find all the segments. And it starts off by landing on the planet Ribos. And, this place has a sort of, well, should I say maybe castle. And also they have sort of monster guarding a room full of sort of their version of crown jewels. And well, I should talk about the mission at first. So it's this man called the White Guardian who sends out the Doctor in this one and gets him a companion and decides to give him Romana Devotee Lundar. I'm not sure how it's pronounced, because I'm not smart enough to know the name, but I think it's something like that. And so Romana gets to follow him along and help him succeed in the mission. So yeah, so they go out in this one to the Ribos operation, the 4-parter, to find the first segment of the Key to Time. So as you see on this, each one of these, it says the Key to Time there and which number of story it is. And in the middle you can see the segment they found in that story. So that's story number, let's see which one it is, story number 98. Wow. The Pirate Planet, story number 99, is written by Douglas Adams. As you might know, was the writer for Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And the Pirate Planet is about, essentially it's this this mining company that goes around, and their planet, well, it materializes around other planets and mine them to uninhabitable. And that's the next planet they go to, and they first find out that, oh no, we're going to this planet, which I don't remember what it was called. Yeah, Calliofrax. And the Doctor is like, oh no, it's Calliofrax. And then they are suddenly on the planet Zanak and don't understand why, because this is where Califrax should be. And yeah, that's where they go to look for segment number 2 in For the Key to Time. Next up we have story number 100. Woohoo! And well, in this, the Stones of Blood, they had an idea first because it was the 15th anniversary of Doctor Who, and as well story number 100. So they decided to have a sort of joke around scene with celebration of the Doctor's birthday, but it wasn't even made, which is pretty sad because it would have been quite fun to have, well, at least as a deleted scene. So in this one we have well, the Stones of Blood, which are well, it's a stone circle, and some of the stones there go around killing people, essentially. Yeah, it's a pretty horrific one, actually, even though it's a good story. So I think this one is, yeah, it's set on in Boscombe Moor on Earth in the late 20th century. Yeah, so that's it for that story. Let's move on to story number 101, which is the Androids of Tara, where they go to find the 4th segment. Romana actually finds the 4th segment of the Key to Time in the first episode, but the problem is that everything that happens in the story comes in the way from them just leaving with the 4th segment. So I think it's a really good idea, because well, why should they find every piece at the end of the story? Why can't they find it like directly? And it's pretty funny that, because then the story becomes more about the Androids of Tara rather than just the segment. So for once, the story in this season don't circle all around finding the segments, but well, it wouldn't matter to me, because I like this season just like people don't like Keys of Marinus, which was back in the first season of Doctor Who with William Hartnell, because it's sort of slow, but I really like it because it's sort of a puzzle. They need to find these pieces, and that's what I really like about this season, that they are on a quest for finding the pieces. Actually, if I would make a Doctor Who video game, I would definitely make it a video game based on the Key to Time. Anyways, so on this planet, Tara, we have a planet which is full of androids, and well, they end up involved in there is this prince that are going to be on a coronation to become the king, or something, I'm not sure. Yeah, the king. And what happens is they get involved in this because the king gets kidnapped, and they need to get him back to make sure that Count Grendel of Gracht doesn't get the position as the king on Tara. Yeah, pretty neat story. It has the Doctor's sword fighting, as well as Romana, or should I say Mary Tam, actually playing 2 characters, as well as people playing both their android counterparts, etc. But well, Romana gets kidnapped because she just looks just like a princess on the planet Tara. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not gonna say much more about this story, just check it out by buying the box set. So that's Key to Time Part 4, story number 101. Story number 102, also a 4-parter, is called The Power of Kroll, which has, well, essentially this... It's on this place which is sort of a swamp, and there the swamp heath lives, and they have sort of this monster called the Kroll, which you can see here, and well, pretty much this monster they worship and they sacrifice people to it. So that's the place where I look for the 5th part, or the 5th segment of The Key to Time, story number 102. Lastly, we have story 103, which is this one, The Armageddon Factor, and this one takes place, well, actually on 2 twin planets, Ceos and Atreus, or Atreus, I think it was called. What's interesting about this story as well is that Princess Astra is played by Lalla Ward, and for those who watched later seasons, you know that Lalla Ward is the 2nd incarnation that you see in the series anyway of Romana. So what happens after this one is that Mary Tam decided to leave the series because she didn't feel like Romana was evolving, and they thought that Lalla Ward was really good in this one and decided to have Romana regenerate into her, basically. We'll talk about that when we get to season 17. So, yeah, that's the last season, 6-parter, story number 103, where they go on the quest for the last piece, and also meets the Black Guardian, which is the White Guardian's counterpart, basically. And, well, of course, he wants the key to time, but not to use it for good. So, yeah, that's the last of the Key to Time series, season 16. So, here we have it then. We have story number, story number 98, the Rivals Operation, starting off this. Story number 99, the Pirate Planet. Story number 100, the Stones of Blood. 101, the Androids of Tara. 102, the Power of Kroll. And lastly, the only 6-parter for this season, 103, the Armageddon Factor. So, I'm gonna put all these neatly back into this beautiful box set. I really like the design on this one as well. Actually, if I had a lot of money, I would love to have a replica of the Key to Time, just because I love Doctor Who, and I think it's like an amazing thing just to have in real life as replica, as well as, well, you don't see the locator on the image here, unfortunately, but yeah, as well as the locator in the Key to Time. And yeah, that's this season. And now actually, this one you see here, the logo, is from the first story of the 17th season, because I haven't watched that one yet. Well, I have, but that's way too far back, like back in 2013. So I'm watching through season 17 right now, which means I'm gonna have freshly, when I finished watching that season, I will give you a run through of that one. But since well, when this one comes out, I've already watched season 17 probably, because I'm filming this way ahead right now. To tell you, it's only the 10th of June right now, so yeah, when I film this. So, The Key to Time, season 16. And I need a drink, it's kind of hot in here. I'll see you later when we go through another season or something. Adios.